Hello, this is Pigsy doing another video. I'm just having a think as I'm driving, so I thought I'd do a quick video. And it was, so with fasting or in OMAD, when it comes to fruit, and you have your one meal a day, the fructose gets processed mainly by your liver. But I'm also thinking that alcohol has a kind of similar. However, it does fatigue muscles as well. So it may be that your body has an uptake in other tissues, but only your liver can filter it. I mean, it does thin your blood, so it does get around your blood, your circulation. It does enter other tissues because it has an effect on the brain as well. So it definitely throws people out of ketosis. But there's the other thing is that when you see people that are alcoholics, they tend to be very skinny, some of them. I know this because they're not eating, but they're having a lot of sugars that are building up around the liver. Lots of fats that they generate from the alcohol. So it's quite interesting how their body's coping, basically. Has it adapted? Maybe it's alcoholgenesis or something. With alcoholics, they've turned into the poison. I mean, it's the same with other things, like people when they smoke. Some people smoke and are unaffected by smoking, so their body must have adapted to it. Some of the carcinogens in there and other toxins. While other people smoke and it causes all sorts of health problems. So I don't think it's because they're lucky. I think it's something to do with the genetics and also the way people adapt. Because genetics isn't just about you're set the way you were born. Throughout your life, your body evolves and adapts. It changes. It's encouraged, a bit like, there's always an idea that you could basically hack into other genes, or they get activated like switches. So there might be something that causes them to heal quicker. So there may be some sort of pros there, but also happens that people that seem unaffected by smoking, but do have some cancer in their body that's being managed somehow. When they stop smoking, it flares up and it's game over, because I've seen it in a friend of mine. I think she was in just her early 60s, and she noticed some sort of health problems. She's always been smoking throughout her whole life. And then she, I think, got worse, but which was 65. So she decided to stop smoking, to give it up. I mean, when she started giving it up, I think she was getting there. She was basically reduced it, but it was too late, and then the cancer got to her liver, and the liver blew up like a balloon. And then she was told she only got a matter of weeks to live, basically, or days actually. And she had her face as white as it goes. So I think the fear of dying was actually probably accelerated it as well. Because I guess it's the point of not accepting that it's going to happen. But yeah, it's one of them things. But the thing is, people, when they're exposed to things, there's two ways. Either they weakens their health and causes health problems, or their body seeks to adapt from it. And then when it adapts, it becomes resilient. And there's things in human foods that are like this all the time. And there was something from Cole Robson's, he talked about seeds, and about that they're sort of designed so you can't digest them and all sorts of things, or they've got toxins in them. Scratch me here. And this kind of explains why peanut butter is poisonous to people, some people. But if you have peanut butter during a pregnancy, the child becomes immune to it, because that immunity has been sort of activated. It seems to have gone across from the mother into the baby, and so the immune system has an adaptive response to it, I guess. I don't know, I'd have to have a look. I think it causes a shock to the body. The body shuts down, anaphylactic shock. In some people, that's more serious. But that's a massive immune response to it. What would make your immune system want to... what would make your body want to just switch off? because it feels like it's under. That's actually what you call a death switch. It's like if I was being attacked by something that was going to eat me, and I knew that there was only death awaiting me, then my body could shut down. My heart would just have a heart attack, or just shut down completely. But it's different though. It's a chemical response. It's not like somebody goes to a war zone and think, oh, I'm not going to get shot, and then they shut down. I mean, they could do under stress. If for instance their mates were getting shot, or they were a POW, there might be a way to activate that. If they knew they were going to get tortured to death, and there was no chance of any kind of survival, then possibly it may shut down under the fear. But it's rare. I mean, I don't recall many cases where I read things about that. Slightly veering off topic though. But so anyway, so later on I'm gonna have a few little drinks of alcohol. I haven't had any alcohol for 6 months, and I just fancied having a cider and relaxing. But I was also just thinking about the impact on OMADs and the muscles. Because what I might do is after I've had a drink and relaxed, I may do some just press-ups or something like that. Because I'm relaxed and rarely I've got the actual evening off. And it's a different day than I normally have it, so I might just do my own thing. Do a bit of net stuff, do a bit of research. But yeah, definitely, it doesn't necessarily work the way you think, I guess. But then again, do alcoholics have autophagy going on and other things? What do they have going on? They don't. They have some other issues that go on, like they can have vascular dementia. There's only one chap, and he had dementia, and he got it because he's an alcoholic. But he wasn't just. It might be also the level of alcohol you drink and what you drink. This particular guy drank whiskey constantly. He'd have 4 bottles of whiskey and then he'd just go to bed. Small bottles though. But he lost the ability to sort of communicate properly and stuff like that. It's not exactly nice. So I don't know, he wasn't really adapted in one way. But then again, if he can just live on alcohol for days on end, it's pretty crazy really. Yeah, anyway, so much research. And also when we introduce new sugars to our body, how our body deals with it and responds with it. I think at most things, they can uptake food, but it still needs processing. And depending on what you're doing with your body as well, like it's okay that say glucose can be quickly absorbed into your body bloodstream, and it can be processed by the cells, but normally you're still going to go through the stomach and the liver's still going to be involved. It's just possibly it could be utilised at an earlier stage. But it might not be an ideal in that state. It depends on these sort of chain reactions that the body has to utilise energy resources. Right, anyway, so Peter sign off and I'll speak to you soon.